Hello, everyone. Is the Prophet Michael David, aka Aries, and sorry for the cliffhanger in the last video, but you can blame that one on God because that thing got to 11 minutes and 11 seconds, and she just told me to hard stop and publish it. So I did what she told me to do. I will eventually have to do a third video on it because I promised to explain some of that stuff in that video, but I swear she just hard stopped me right there after that last segment. But obviously, she doesn't want me not to talk more because the Children of God thing is I'm going to go over some articles again that have popped up on my YouTube that I screenshotted and show you guys the very best children of God right now and the very worst children of God right now. And yes, this all relates to the war between Israel and Hamas. All right, first, of course, the worst. Now, that may seem like a good thing, and it is, but in reality, the United Nations and the entire world in 14 days got together 20 trucks of aid for 1 million refugees. That's fucking pathetic. And I don't normally just bash on the Muslims, but in this case, I kind of have to. And I'm going to paraphrase a quote I saw in I don't know which video, but it was, and I don't know who they were, but basically what they said about the Israel Hamas war is the West sends Israel weapons and the East sends Palestine condolences. And that's pretty true. And honestly, it's not just condolences. They send them weapons and bombs and stuff, but never food and money. Just only weapons, bombs, and condolences. And I realized in my last segment, I just said that I don't normally bash on Muslims. Let me clarify. I meant I don't normally bash on either side unless I'm doing it at the same time, or at least that's what I try to do. But in this specific video, yeah, I'm bashing on Muslims because I'm trying to make a point about how shitty Muslims also treat Muslims, especially in times of war. Now, except for the killing, this is the worst atrocity. And this is the thing that's been on my mind for the last 14 days. Why didn't Egypt just open the gates and let the Palestinian refugees go into Egypt and make a tent city? I know it's 1 million people, but it's only 1 million people. That's like 10 football stadiums, very large football stadiums. There's 8 billion people on the planet. You know, everybody could have pitched in, and they don't have to have a permanent settlement, but it's only 1 million people. Instead, they kept those doors closed and let the Palestinians huddle against it like rats for the last 14 days and then threw them a couple pieces of cheese. And in conclusion, at the moment, those are the worst children of God. All right, so now we're going to try to end this on a high note as much as we can with at the moment, the best people of God, or best children of God. I'm sorry. That guy is an Orthodox Jew in New York, and he and others Orthodox Jews are actually supporting Palestine over the state of Israel right now for one simple reason. In a nutshell, Orthodox Jews take the Torah literally. That's why they kind of look so weird. No offense. It's why they grow out all their hair, including their facial hair, because in the Torah, one of the commandments is they are not to cut the corners of their head, which they take to mean they don't cut their hair off their head, and a bunch of other things, including their yarmulkes and the hats and the dress. They take everything in the Torah literally that has to do with a normal Jewish person. And in the Torah, there is really no mention of a sacred place to the Jewish people. There is only really a mention of a messianic figure, the Mashiach, which leads them to a land of milk and honey, and then they get their redemption, and that is their what they call Geula. All right, and now we get into the Israelis, or at least the vast majority of them, and some other people that think like them, what most people would call Zionists. And Zionists or Zionism just means that there are Jews that believe that the land that they call Israel, that the Palestinians call Palestine, is the ancestral lands of their forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, etc., and that they are biblically owed those lands. And I'm almost positive this all has to stem from the parts in the Bible where God's talking to Abraham and then later on Moses, and then promises them, if they do the will of God, that their descendants will inherit the lands of the Hittites and the Amorites and the yada yada, all the way down. The only problem with that is God meant at end times, and the Hittites and the Amorites and all the other ones either died out or became us. So they inherit the entire world, which is kind of the point of all those promises God made to those men, if you think about it. All right, this last YouTube video that I watched is just of a very good Jewish woman, a very good person, a very good child of God, just doing her best to call for a ceasefire and everyone start talking, which is the noblest thing you can do right now. And she does a wonderful job, and she has a very good presence, and she is very honest, and I suggest you watch the whole thing. So here it is. All right, well, I have to publish 2 YouTube videos tonight, which is not unprecedented, but very, very rare. So, as always, rule number 1, do not touch other people without their consent, aka do not hurt each other. And rule number 2, it's all about honesty. Lies are ticked down, aka try not to lie. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.